Very good. Excellent. Did I press here? I press something here. Did I do something wrong? Okay. All right. Today we are going to start in Likutei Halachos. Birkas and Siyas Chapayim. Today we're starting Halacha Hey, the fifth Halacha. And this particular Halacha is based on one of the seminal Torahs of Likutei, which is Torah Lamed Daled. Vatem tiyu li'malechet Kohanim v'goy kodesh. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through Kitzur Likutei in an effort to understand the structure, the principle, the forces at play, so to speak, that the Rebbe puts together with the Torah, and then we will see, because Rebbe Nosson also summarizes it a little bit, and Rebbe Nosson's summary is the particular principle that Rebbe Nosson bases his halacha. But you need to understand the principle and the overall principle structure of the Torah in order to fully understand what Rebbe Nosson is talking about. Because every Torah in Likutei is a perspective, is a point of view. Once you understand this principle, you can look at everything in the world through this perspective. And understand it through this perspective. It says like this: the principle is that the Mshala is in the hands of the tzaddik to do actions in the world the way he wants. As Chazal said, tzaddik moshel, the tzaddik is the one who rules. Because Baruch Hu gave the tzaddik, Ushemi Moshe Bli tzaddik. The tzaddik Kivyochel controls the Rosh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Vikar Mshala, and what is the authority that the tzaddik gets? What's the purpose of it? Is to shine and to wake up the heart of Am Yisrael to Avodas Hashem. That's the purpose. It's not because he's Mr. Big. He's supposed to get, a golden bridge with diamonds on his teeth, or call himself 49 cents, or some kind of, crazy whatever. It's not for him. He gets from Mshala, and the reason the Mshala is that authority is to fulfill a function of awakening Am Yisrael to Avodas Hashem. That's why the most important principle is to connect to Tzaddikei Emes, to speak to them with Avodas Hashem, and get from them the koyach and the ha'ara to awaken to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and to strengthen yourself throughout whatever it is that you have to go through, until you really come back to Hashem. This is when he says, Yosef HaShalit, Yosef is the Shalit, he is the ruler. He is the root of the Klal Nishmas Yisrael, and they are his limbs, and they get from him. It's the Tzaddik, which is the sphere of the Yesod, if you remember. We're saying it again and again and again. So every single sphere has its own vowel. There's chirik, there's kometz, and chachma, teres, and bina, and so on. The vowelization of the sphere Yesod is what they call malufim. These are the three dots that the Ashkenazim, the Litvak called U, and the Chassidim call, and the Sfaradim call U, and the Chassidim call E. But it's these three dots. It's the same sound as when there's a dot inside the vav, right? It's very important. This is called malufim. And the tzaddik that guards his bris properly, and the bris is the chariot of the spheres of the Yesod. That's the body of Sfiras Hayesod. That the Havaya, the Shem Havaya of the Sfiras Hayesod is vowelized in Malufim. Now, what is Malufim? What does the word mean, Malufim? Malufim means Melo Pum. That the Pumayo, that the mouth is full. That the mouth of the tzaddik is filled with the godliness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And his diburim, they are complete and they are perfect. That's why he can bring the Shefa to Am Yisrael. And he will bless you like the way he spoke to you. In other words, according to the dibur, the way that the speech is, that's the way that the plenty comes down. Because it's not enough just to think. Even though HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he knows what you think, you still need to talk, because it's the talking that brings about the shefa from this ethereal non-existence, a potential existence, into actuality. You're actualizing by speaking it. This principle is even true in science, that in the very, very beginning, the only thing that existed according to science is energy. They said there was this explosion and it was just energy. Well, we are not energy. We are people that are self-aware. How did energy, which is basically light, become a person? Okay, the first thing is, and the Ramban mentions it in his parish on Bereshis. First, it exists is energy. Now, the energy, based on a certain principle, physical principle, which they don't know who created it, just somehow, look what happened. Somehow, which is called quark, the quarks, somehow, that energy, went into quarks, and the quarks make energy congeal into matter. So it takes a lot of energy to become mass. That's why with atomic bombs, when there's a loss of mass, there's huge, release of energy. The mouth, the diburim, are the quarks that congeal this ethereal light, this ethereal energy, the ethereal shefa, into mamoshos. That's why you have to dafka with a full mouth. Say it out loud. Because the mouth is a klei shefa, and when they are complete, then you can receive plenty of shefa. That's why you have to dafka for everything that you need. Gashmi, sluchnis, dafka with the speech of the mouth. Now, every single person in Israel has this union of tzaddik Moshe. It's not just that one person has it and everybody else is chopped liver. It's just every single person has this nekuda of tzaddik. It says, every person has this precious nekuda in him that his friend does not have. Now, and this and everybody has to receive this bechina from his friend, because your friend has something you don't have. Because he's so much wiser than me. What he can receive from me, that you have things he doesn't have, and he has things you don't have. This is what we say in Asher Barat Zion, Mekabel Dem in Dem, receive one from another. Each one has to receive from that special nekuda this other person has. This nekuda of beauty. This is Malufim that Yosef Hashalit gave the Memshola, gave the authority. Each one is according to his own bechina. Now, this Malufim, as we said, is the letter Vav with the dot in it. That's the vowel of the U. and that Vav with it is Chochma and Bina. Because the Nekuda, the dot, is the Chochma, is the Yud. And the Mayon, the Amshocha, is the Bina. We said quite a few times, the Chochma is a fountain. but it's just a nekuda. Nekuda is just basically just telling you where it is. The nekuda doesn't take any space mathematically, geometrically. It's just a definition of where it's taking. Now, what you need to do, where the fountain comes out, what you need to do in order to water your fields or have stuff for people to drink, what you need is a pipe, or you need some kind of a channel, to bring it. So this is called, when you take from, it has to start by the fountain, the nekuda, and you have to draw it, right? You have to draw the water, you have to draw the mayim. That is the vav. Vav is, you start with the nekuda, right? And you draw it down. The nekuda is the chokhmah, that's the very basis of the chokhmah, of the wisdom. From this, you're taking your mamsha the chokhmah to you can use it. This is the system with which you put the chokhmah into use. Okay? We use the mashal, for instance, that the 8 notes of the octave of music, that's the chokhmah. It's there, it's reality. Da, 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 da. That's it. The rest is just multiplication, same thing on higher, but this is all there is. Yeah, then in the middle, you can divide this into half tones and so forth, and quarter tones, whatever. But this is what it is. This is the chokhmah. The bina is all the musical theory. How to put music together, in order to become actual music. Really, anybody who was really good with music is very good with math, because music is basically patterns. Certain, patterns that work together, certain patterns that do not work together, and so on and so on. What sounds good, what doesn't sound good, v'chula, v'chula, v'chula. This is the bina. When the chokhmah and the bina are working together, when you take the musical theory and you take the actual notes, which is the chokhmah, you get the das, which is the song, the music, the chokhmah bina das. Chokhmah is what there is. That's bina is the system, the logical system to work with it. That's the amshocha, that's the vav. The das is the ultimate result. It's applied, the applied logic, the applied whatever. It's the app, it's the song, it's whatever it is. So chokhmah is the essence of it. That's the matter, the material. The bina is the system of manipulating it. The das is the end result of manipulating the chokhmah through the bina. So malufim is nekuda with the vav, chokhmah and bina. The nekuda is the chokhmah, and the bina is that vav. And now, malufim, this principle of malufim, chokhmah and bina, exists generally. The tzaddik is the yud, he's the source of wisdom, and the vav is klal Yisrael. They are the one who hold the Torah. That's why anybody who supports Torah is called vavei mudim, tamchel raisa, those who support Torah. And each one of Am Yisrael has this bechina of yud and vav. The yud and vav, the chokhmah and the bina. The yud is the mouth. Pida b'chokhmas, my mouth speaks wisdom. And the vav is v'agus libi tvunas, and the thoughts of my heart are tvunas as bina. The lev, the heart, is like the luchas. It's because the luchas are, the width is 6 and the length is 6. This is vav. Vav is gematria 6. Yes, the essence of the vav is 6 luchlim. Now, so you have a system which is chokhmah and bina. You have the mouth, which is chokhmah, and the heart is the bina. But when the heart is steeped in bad or corrupted loves, all the love in the world, the good one, the bad one, the kosher and the unkosher, it all comes from the kedusha. When it falls down to the klipas, this is when people love things which are bad for them. Ultimately, the only love that really exists is the love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Everything else is applied. The love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu applied to steak, applied to music, applied to painting, applied to art, applied to sports, to anything. When the heart is steeped in bad love, this is called Ahava Nefula, it's the fallen love, it's broken, because the Yetzer Ha'ara lives, thrives. It's like the blue bottle flies, that thrive on dead carcasses. They come from Shviras HaKelim. Says that's how. The breakage, Al Pi Kabbalah, the breakage of the shattering of the vessels of the Chesed that happened in the Atzilus Keveyoho, they fell to the Bina of Olam Abriya. Bina is the heart. The light of the Chesed, what happened is that the original light of the Chesed remained in the Yesod of Olam Atzilus. There's a Tzaddik Yesod Olam. What happens is that because the shattering of the Chesed, the communication between the Tzaddik and the heart, was disengaged, was separated. So the light remains in that Tzilus. The heart fell down, into the Bina of Olam Abriya. Bad loves is from the breakage of Klei HaChesed. That's why Uncle says, so we can see when there's love between people, even if one wrongs the other, the love covers it up. You love him, you cover it up. Oh, the minute that the love is spoiled, did you see what he did? Even if he wears brown shoes with a blue suit, you can't stand them. When you love somebody, they can get away with murder, so to speak. When the heart breaks, when the bad loves, when those klei chesed get broken, when a person bestows his chesed where it does not belong, specifically Kedushas HaBris, the highest thing a person can give is the union of Bris Kodesh. To give it to his wife. If a person gives it to someone else, or it's extracted in vain, it's a huge kilko. This is the breakage. There's a shefa that comes and there's no vessel, kosher, holy vessel to contain it. What happens is shviras klei chesed. There's the shattering of the vessels of the chesed. There's no container. There's no proper container that will make it thrive. The result is shame. The result of bad love is always shame. The important thing to understand is that nothing can possibly shatter a person more completely and thoroughly than shame. A person with emunah can overcome anything. Anything. Okay, whatever it is, gashmis luchis, anything. The one thing a person cannot overcome is shame. Cherpa shovu libi, David HaMelech says, shame shattered my heart. Shame shatters the heart. The tikkun is to connect the heart to the yud, the vav to the yud, the mouth to the heart, the nekuda to the tzaddik. In the Yesod HaTzilus, the tzaddik is there. This is where the light of the chesed is. You need to shine the light of the nekuda to the vav, to your heart. And then the bad loves are being eradicated, and the shame is being eradicated. Because love covers up all the crimes. What that means is the person needs to talk a lot between him and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So that his mouth will say wisdoms that will shine to his heart. And with this, when a person talks to the HaKadosh Baruch Hu a lot, with this he connects himself to the Nekuda that is shach to his heart right at this particular moment in time. And he breaks the shame off. When you go to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, what do you talk about? You talk about whatever it is that is nageh to you right now. You're talking about this, you need that, you need this, and what am I doing, what am I not doing, I'm this with my children, with my wife, with myself, and this and that. You're talking about what is nageh, which is nageh to your heart this particular moment right now. With your mouth, you're talking about what happened in your heart. You're connecting the mouth to the nekuda that is shaykh to your heart now. When you expose everything to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when you connect this to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you speak about everything. You obliterate the shame, because the minute you talk to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and you open it, especially, it's a very, very important nekuda, that when a person falls into something that he really should not be doing. Well, I know it didn't happen to anybody around here, but I heard somebody in Siberia once it happened to him. Okay? Maybe not Siberia, Yakutsk, but it's around that area. One person, sometimes maybe. Okay? Did something, not funny. Okay? When a person finds himself falling into something, no matter how bad it is, the first thing he needs to do, go to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and snitch on himself. Rebbeinu Shalom, this is what I did. This is what I did. What can I do? Once you talk to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, once it's opened up, yeah, you're standing there and you're embarrassed and you're ashamed and you're this and that. But once you talk to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and the more you talk to HaKadosh Baruch Hu about it, it stops being a secret. It stops being a monster. And it becomes an issue that you have to deal with. You're what you call oisek b'tshuva. You're dealing with tshuva. You fall again. Besides, you fall again. But you come back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu again. It's not considered, they said, I will sin and I will do tshuva and sin on tshuva and I'm speaking beyond that. They don't let him. The fact that you're talking to HaKadosh Baruch Hu all the time, that means that all the time you're making tshuva. You're not saying, I'll do whatever I want, then I'll do tshuva. That's not what you're saying. You fall into this. You can't deal with it, okay? You can't deal with it. You talk to Kodesh Baruch Hu, then it's fine. It's a person who's dealing with whatever it is in front of him in this world. That is Avodas Hashem. The minute you connect the heart to the Nekuda, shame falls off. It becomes a technical problem. It doesn't become, I can't believe I did that. I'm going to die. You know what I mean? We'll stop right here.